Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to Byron, Illinois, as Wilmington on the road getting set to take on the Byron Tigers. We are in the quarterfinals of the 2019 IHSA playoffs as the Cats and Byron both out going through their pregame warm-ups as we speak. Kickoff set for 1 p.m. this afternoon, and what actually has ended up to be a really nice day. I mean, there's snow everywhere. They got about 7 inches of snow earlier in the week. But we're talking temperatures in the upper 30s, so it's not too bad. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not like a gale force wind or anything like that. And we also have sunny skies, which for the last 2 weeks, that's like unbelievable in and of itself.
Oh, yeah, this is a much better day. It's strange looking around the outside of the field. You got like 3 feet of snow piled up where they've shoveled it off of the main field and put on the side. But the field itself is in great shape for this time of year. And like you say, the weather is beautiful.
Well, we make the 2-hour road trip over on 80 and up Interstate 39 to Byron. In fact, passing through Stillman Valley in this neck of the woods with those two teams in Oregon and Winnebago and a bunch of other teams that Wilmington is familiar with down through the years. Byron has done themselves a very nice job this year. As a matter of fact, the only loss was a very, very close loss to Stillman Valley, who ended up being a really good team in 4A. So just like Wilmington, the only loss is to a team up a class. And they come in here with this game, and then all of a sudden, two teams that have really been kind of playing up a little bit this year meet each other in the 3A playoffs, and should be for a really interesting day, particularly since both of these teams like to run the football. This could be a very fast game. You know, we've received word that the field is very wet. Of course, when you have a half a foot of snow out there, then we have, you know, what you got, which is about a lot of mud and everything else. But we'll get to that here in a minute. All right, let's take our first break of the day. I got to adjust one or two things here on our stream, and then we'll be back with a little bit more from pregame. This is Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Back in just a moment. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today. The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Wilmington Wildcats Weekly brought to you by Breezer Construction Company as we're here in the quarterfinals of the 2019 IHSA playoffs. Wilmington and Byron getting set to go at it here this afternoon. Both teams coming in with just one loss on the year. Of course, last week, Wilmington a 28-7 win over Eureka, and a game that was very tight toward the end of the first half, and a lot of scoring kind of in a flurry of activity at the end of the half. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Wilmington kind of took control a little bit in the second half and ended up winning 28-7, but that score is a little bit misleading as far as what that game was actually like.
Yeah, that was a real struggle in that game up through almost halftime. And then they got a little bit greedy and tried to move it again right before halftime, turned the ball over. Wilmington scored again and ended up getting two quick scores right before the halftime, turned the game around. The second half, Wilmington just controlled the tempo of the game completely.
All right, other games kind of going around on the area tonight as Paxton will be at Princeton. That's one of those deals where the winner of this game will be either at Paxton or Princeton, depending on of course, how those schedules go on. But for Wilmington, no matter what, if the Wildcats win today, they'd be on the road either at Princeton or Paxton, and we'll keep an eye on that score today. Other 3A games, Vandalia is at Williamsville, and Quincy Notre Dame is at Breeze Mater Dei. That's all the 3A action. In 4A, Wheaton St. Francis will be at Coal City a little bit later on. That'll be a showdown. Coal City's actually gotten very fortunate the fact that they've hosted, I think, all the way through, right?
Yes.
And Bishop McNamara will be at Murfreesboro. Effingham is at Prairie Central. IC Catholic is at Richmond Burton. So if Coal City happens to win today, they probably get IC next week. I'm telling you, 4A is loaded. For 5A, Joliet Catholic will be hosting Muscuda. Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, the team that knocked Morris out of everything, will be playing at Rochester. And Sycamore will be at Rockford Boylan. Lincoln Way East, by the way, in 8A, will be at Homewood Flossmoor. And Manuka is at Brother Rice as well today. And then going back to 6A, Providence will be hosting Chatham Glenwood. That's pretty much all the local stuff from around the Wilmington area and teams that are left. And there are still a lot of teams left from that kind of Joliet area.
Yeah, that's a real nice area for football. If you like high school football, the Wilmington, Joliet, Morris area has a lot of good teams.
All right, let's take one more break. When we come back, we'll get to our interview with the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Raintz. We'll do that here momentarily. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company here on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300. Stop by online at warrenscollision.com or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Welcome back here, Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. I'm joined again by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Raintz. And Coach, 2 weeks into the playoffs, 2 good wins. The latest, a hard-fought victory over Eureka in front of a big crowd. They brought a lot of fans with them. Just another good, solid win for your program.
You know, it really is. And anytime you got a second-round game at home, you want to do well in those situations. And Eureka brought a fine football club to our place, and I knew it was going to be a tough game. And we went down early, and then our kids come back and played well. And overall, it's a real good win for us. I thought we ran the ball well. Defensively, I thought we played well all night long, except maybe for a couple plays. And then we came up with some big plays of our own. Jake Rodewall with a great catch, and Trey Shaw with a great catch, also in the end zone. And then our offensive line took over as the game went on. And like I said, defensively, we shored some things up and did a nice job.
You know, it seems to, like, when you really needed it in that fourth quarter, you got a nice, long, time-consuming drive. One of the things that we talked about last week, which was keeping their offense off the field and just kind of getting first down after first down. And when your offense really needed it, they came through in the fourth quarter.
No, I agree. I thought they did a nice job, and we needed that. You know, from a defensive standpoint of view, we need to keep their offense off the field, and our kids did that. And you know, that's playoff football. Grind it out, keep ball possession, keep time on your side. keep field position where it's supposed to be. And so overall, it's what you have to do in the cold weather in playoff football. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run, and we were able to do that.
Now this week on the road, and if it goes through a state championship, it's on the road
Yeah.
from here on out. But
Sure.
you're on the road up at Byron, and a team that, of course, everyone that's followed the Wildcats knows this team because you guys have matched up 4 or 5 times over the last 7 years or so. And so you get another look at a team that seems to be built kind of the same way you are, with some big guys and some tough physical running.
No, it really is, and they're led by the Ellsbury kid who's going to Iowa, 6'6", 300 kid. You usually don't see a kid like that size and what he can do, and he's a great player, and they're going to run behind him. They're going to keep the football as much as they can, and then from a defensive standpoint, they run a 4 and 5-man front. They have a lot of speed on the field, and they do have very good size, which they always do. So we're a little familiar with each other. We haven't played each other since 16, so we both have changed a little bit here and there. But it'll be a tough game to go up there. But by the same token, we're in the quarterfinals. I'll play at Byron. I'll play at the North Pole if that's the case. So very happy to be where we're at.
Talk a little bit about how this is structured. I know all year long they're night games, Friday night or Saturday night, and now you get that 1 o'clock start time. How does that work for you guys, kind of getting up there and getting things going?
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody, with a lot of tradition, back when I was in high school, you had to play Saturdays just because of the way the format was. And so when people got used to that, a lot of times they go back to that when it comes to playoff time. And Byron's one of those schools. They like to play in the afternoon. And so, when we'll leave at, we got to decide on Friday or Saturday, but because we both were Saturday. Last week, we ended up being Saturday, then this week, and then we play at 1 o'clock, and that's their call. They make the call on the time, and 1 o'clock, I guess, is a little early, but it's not terrible. You our kids got to be at school at 8 in the morning. Well, you got to be at school at 8 in the morning for school anyway. So, overall, it's not bad. We let them pick the time, and then we come and play them. So that's where we're at.
All right, and then one more thing here. I know we talked a little about Capex the other night, injury-wise, and things for what I know are pretty good, but talk about that here for a minute.
Yeah, the biggest one obviously is Jake Rodewald. He's got a stinger deal going on with his shoulder, and he was able to play the rest of the game with it last week, and then this week coming up, he's been good at practice. We've kept him out of contact. He can't be hitting or doing anything, but we're going to try to pad up a little bit more than usual, but still make him comfortable. Dave Schneeriger got a little gig with his knee. Hopefully, he's going to be all right there. And but beyond that, we're very happy to be healthy and to be where we're at. Week 3, week 4, when we were talking, there's 3 or 4 or 5 guys that were out, and so to have everybody back is huge.
All right, Coach. Good luck this afternoon, and we'll talk to you in a postgame.
All right, sounds good.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Welcome back to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company, live from Byron this afternoon. Just a minute or two away from opening kick as we get set to see who's going to advance to the semifinals against the winner of Paxton and Princeton, as they will play this afternoon as well. So we'll keep an eye on as many of those scores as we possibly can. We'll do our best to kind of bounce back and forth between some of those when those scores do become available. As Wilmington will be in their white uniforms today at the purple helmets and purple letters. Byron will be in their black jerseys with orange helmets and orange pants as well, with the orange and white letters. And that black paw prints on the side of their helmet. As we continue to wait for both teams to take the field. Byron, by the way, won the toss. They will receive going right to left. Wilmington will get set to kick, defending the south end zone here at Byron. So Dane Snodgrass back deep for the Tigers, along with believe that's Drake Snodgrass, if I have that right. Both of them are back there.
Yeah, there are two of them. 14 and 25.
So the Cats will tee it up at the 40-yard line on the near side, and Alan Richards will get set to kick off here, and we'll get the quarterfinals underway here from Byron.
And the two Snodgrasses are both seniors, twins.
These two teams have matched up quite a few times over the years. Matter of fact, we'll go through some of those here as we get this game underway. So Richards with a short kick, taken at the 27, out across the 30 to the 35, out to the 40, out to the 45, and finally out to the 46-yard line. On the return is Josiah Featherston. And Byron will start up 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Very good field position for the Tigers to get things underway. Byron will be led by 6'3", 185-pound senior Ben Carlson at that quarterback position. The feature back today will be 6 foot, 205-pound senior Isaac Strickland. And, of course, they're going to run behind that big left side of the line. Tyler Ellsbury, 6'6", 295 pounds at left tackle, and headed to Iowa, I believe. Pitch comes near side, and the run goes out across the 50 to the Wilmington 49, almost the 48-yard line. That is Drake Snodgrass on the carry. Trey Shaw with the tackle. Gain of 5 yards, and Byron will have 2nd and 5 from the Wilmington 49-yard line. So you'll see a lot of rushing on both sides here. This could be a very quick game this afternoon. There's not going to be a lot of passing. So the wing T formation here with the two backs in the backfield and one wing back up under center now. And the handoff comes near side, breaking a tackle inside the Wilmington 35, all the way down to near the 30-yard line. Goes in Pauskill, and Hopwood on the tackle for Wilmington. Pauskill with a nice run. A gain of 13 yards. Was that supposed to be a roar? What was that, a roar? For a tiger? That was the
I think
oddest tiger roar I've ever heard, but okay. Out of the double wing now goes Byron. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Pitch goes to the far side, and down to the 30-yard line goes Isaac Strickler before he's dropped. And out on the tackle is Richards for the Cats. So I'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 8. Boy, we got a full crew in the booth today. Jeff over here doing some spotting. We have Beth and Mike back there handling all of our scoreboard updates. We've pretty much filled up this box. We got like a full crew for this one. So wing T formation to the left side here. Up under center is Carlson. 2nd and 8 from the Wilmington 29. And there is a flag down and a false start on Byron. So that offensive line with a false start will move it back 5 yards. It goes from 2nd and 8, or really almost 2nd and 7, to about 2nd and 12 for the Tigers. You can tell already there is not a lot of footing on this field. It is very slick, and that's going to definitely play a role in this game. Wing T to the left. Pitch comes near side. Inside the 30-yard line. Down near the 27-yard line goes Snodgrass, Drake Snodgrass on the carry, as he will pick up about 7 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Wilmington. Again, ball at the Cats' 27-yard line. You know, Wilmington wearing those all-white uniforms today,
yeah,
they're not going to be all white for long.
Now, the field is wet.
Alan Richards looks like he's, been rolling in the mud. We're only, 2 minutes into this game?
Yep, 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so.
So wing T to the right, 3rd down and 5. Handoff comes left side, and a good stop from, I think that's Doherty up front, who drops the first back through, and Ian Powellskill, a gain of maybe a yard. Well, they might give him 2. It'll bring up 4th down and a long 3, and of course Byron will go for it here. Too close to punt it, and not far enough to kick a field goal. So 4th and call it 3 from the Wilmington 25-yard line. A big play here early in this game. Wing T formation to the left. Carlson up under center. Wilmington sending 5. Carlson pitches it to the near side and breaking a tackle, getting down near the 20-yard line goes Drake Snodgrass, and that will be a 1st down on a gain of 5 yards. And again, Wilmington had an opportunity for the tackle and just didn't make it. I mean, they're meeting the backs right where they need to. They're just not making the tackles.
Yeah, the Wilmington defensive guy hit him right on the broad side and just slid right off of him.
1st and 10 for Byron from the Wilmington 20 as the Tigers moving down the field here in the first drive of the game. Handoff goes off the left side down near the 15-yard line. Again, that's Drake Snodgrass on the carry. And once again, a gain of 5 yards. And Byron just chewing up tons of yardage here early in this. Actually give him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. And for Byron, they're going to run behind Tyler Ellsbury as much as they can on the left side of that offensive line. And why not?
Well, he's only 6'6", 300 pounds. So.
And I mean, that's not.
And that's talent, too.
Yeah,
he's
right.
going to Iowa after this year is over.
So wing T to the right. Handoff goes up the middle, and Paulskill on the carry. He'll get a yard, maybe 2. Everything stacked up on the inside. Looked like Doherty in the middle of that pile, but he's covered in mud, too. So Cam Holman combines on that. So it'll bring up 3rd down. We'll call it a short 3. And again, we've seen Byron already go through 4th down once, and there's no reason to believe that they're not going to do that again.
They're pretty confident in the running game, and no wonder. And they haven't had a close game except for the one loss, Stillman Valley 18-16.
Well, it's very similar to Wilmington, the fact that you just want to keep the clock moving and get 1st downs. Double wing here. And the pitch goes to the outside to Strickler, trying to get the corner, and he's not going to get there. Holman along with, I believe that's Sanchez, and I think Nick Gornick in the middle of all that too. And he'll bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 3. Nothing there for Strickler trying to go to the outside, and Stickler, excuse me. The problem with that is I'm sure for the most part that play works a lot better because of the speed, but he's having to kind of tiptoe because it's so wet.
Yeah, you can't get that sharp. And they run the same kind of offense Wilmington does, and they rely on their footing to get that quick turn left.
4th down and a long 2 here for Byron. Again, another big 4th down, ball at the 12-yard line. Dropping back, Carlson trying to pass. Now he's going to scramble with it, and he's not going to get anywhere near the 1st down. He's sacked all the way back at the 20-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress to the 15. Doesn't matter. Wilmington holds on 4th down. And Matt Sanchez and Spangler combine on the stop for Wilmington. And it will make it 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 15. But that's what you need out of the Wilmington defense.
Well, that was a great job. They act like they was going to pass the ball. Everybody dropped back, then they went to run it. And Wilmington bought not in the pass. They came right on, took him out, and 3 guys up there.
So the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their 15. Keaton Hopwood up under center. Again, double wing with Rodewald and Shaw at the wing backs. Pitch goes to Rodewald. Breaks off to the near side across the 20. 25 out near the 30-yard line. In fact, run out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. And that's a gain of 13 yards and a Wilmington 1st down.
Nice job by Rodewald, bouncing off what wasn't there on the inside, getting free and coming on out to the right over here and down the right sideline.
I got a feeling this is going to be a mud bowl before it's all said and done. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 28-yard line. Pitch comes near side. Shaw trying to get to the outside. There's nothing there. I mean, it's so hard to really get anywhere because you can't get any footing.
Yeah, he got absolutely nothing that time. It was just, he ran into a pile of people, and they were all just standing straight up.
So Tyler Ellsbury along with Chandler Binkley on the tackle. Of course, Ellsbury playing both ways at 6'6", 300 pounds.
I guess they are giving him a yard.
Bring up 2nd and 9 for Wilmington. Shotgun formation. Don't see this very often for the Cats. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back in the backfield as well. Hopwood fires left side. That's caught by Sanchez. Breaks a tackle. Gets out across the 30 to near the 32-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. And it will make it 3rd down and 6 yards for Wilmington.
Can you believe that? In the first possession of the ball game, we have a pass.
Well, it's very difficult. I mean, and I don't know if there's anywhere in this field that there's good footing. So
that's the problem.
It's going to be, this might be one of those games where it's 7-0 or, 7-6 or something like that, because I just can't see a lot of scoring with a field in this condition. So back to the double wing for the Cats, 3rd down and 6. In motion, I believe that's Rodewald, although I can't tell. And he slides to the ground. He made the corner, but the footing is so bad that he couldn't get around the end. In fact, slides to the ground after a gain of a couple. It'll bring up 4th down and 3, and Wilmington's going to be forced to punt. And after about a quarter or so, it's going to be difficult to see anything. And I thought that, it looked like the Cats were going to think about it for a second. But now everybody comes on for that punting unit. I don't know if Byron was so convinced either, as they don't have any. Now somebody will finally drop back. And this could be really dangerous, punting in these conditions.
Yeah, the one thing nice about it right now is I think the basic wind is behind him. So, got a little.
A.J. Myers to punt, a line drive kick, and it will go out of bounds inside the 40. And we have a flag down, and this really depends. If this is on Byron, this could give Wilmington a 1st down, and it's a hold on Byron. And that is that after the kick? The key here is it after or before the kick, because that does make a huge difference. And I believe they're going to go ahead and mark it off from the end of where the punt landed. And so that will move Byron back to the 10-yard line, or to the 30-yard line. At least it should. So it was on the return that the flag is thrown. But even still, that helps Wilmington a lot, because it gets Byron back into their own end of the field. We're already at the point where I really can't see 3 or 4 numbers for Wilmington, and I have a feeling it's going to
get worse too.
Continue that way. 1 receiver out to the near side for Byron out of the double wing here. Ben Carlson up under center. Pitches it near side, trying to get the corner is Drake Snodgrass. He will, across the 30 to the 40 to midfield. Snodgrass up the sideline, inside the 30, inside the 20, and Snodgrass is going to go into the end zone. Drake Snodgrass with the touchdown run. Byron leads it 6-0 with 3:28 to go in the opening quarter. And again, give Byron credit for working with the fielding, or with the footing. I thought he was going to fall coming up the sideline, but he managed to get into the end zone somehow.
Well, what happened was the bad footing affected the tackling. The guys were moving over to get him, and 2 of them fell down. So it just left him wide open.
The snap is a little high, and then they tried to set it down. Now the holder slips. He falls to the ground. Holman managed to get a hand on him, though, and it will stay 6-0. Well, this is going to be an interesting 4 quarters of football. Byron leads at 6-0 over Wilmington. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com. Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
So Byron set to kick off right to left here. And a line drive approach will squib down inside the 20, picked up at the 18, across the 25, out to the 30, and near the 32-yard line goes the return. And Wilmington will start there 1st and 10. And again, good luck making any cut on this field.
Yeah, it's not there today. It's just not there. We lost 2 tackles with the field that last touchdown run. And sometimes it affects the runner, and sometimes it affects the people trying to get the runner.
Well, and I can't imagine anybody really throwing the football much in this either, because there's just no way to make a cut to get a pass. I mean, I guess if the defender falls down, it would work.
And the bad thing is, if the receiver falls down, the defender's left up, then you get an interception.
Speaking of which, shotgun formation. Keaton Hopwood keeps it across the 30 to the 35. He'll pick up about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. And on the stop for Byron is 56, 66. That's again Peyton Lind.
It looks like A.J. Myers just checked back in.
So 2nd down and 7, and really for Wilmington, with this, they're built on the speed game. I mean, it's some power, but built on the speed running game.
Right, that's where their bread and butter is.
This could be a problem. So 2nd down and 7, and Hopwood's going to keep it off the left side.
There he
slips, does not get touched down, though. At least his knee doesn't touch down. He goes all the way out to near the 40-yard line, and Keaton probably could have run for a lot longer than that. It
was wide open.
When you fall to the ground, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 off a gain of 5 more.
Yeah, he had that corner cut there. All he had to do is take up the sideline, and his feet slipped out from under him. He did a fantastic job of putting his hand down and keep him off the floor.
The other thing you have to do, though, is Drake Snodgrass today has had 4 or 5 carries, and he's managed to stay upright and break tackles. So, I mean, it's possible, but he's also doing so almost standing straight up.
Yeah, he's not cutting sharp, and that's what the Wilmington is going to have to adjust to.
3rd down and 2. Pitch comes near side. Shaw trying to get the corner, and he's not going to. He's dropped back at the 35-yard line. And I believe that's Snodgrass again on the tackle for Byron. So Wilmington's going to be forced to punt again. Not only that, but Dave Schnittiger is going off very slowly to the far sideline, and he's had some issues with a knee. I think he's okay, but it's just kind of not really full speed at the moment. Now Wilmington's going to be forced to punt again. This is not trending in the right direction for the Wildcats so far.
Nope, it's been a bad day thus far.
Tell you what, Drake Snodgrass has been the difference so far. He's made some tackles. He's been fantastic running the football. And the kick here goes inside the 30, inside the 20, all the way down to the 12-yard line, and Wilmington will down it there. And so Byron will have it 1st and 10. They're going to put it back up at the 13-yard line. One thing you have to do, both teams have to play on the same field in the same conditions. So you got to figure out something that's going to work. And that's really what it comes down to.
Well, it's one thing's for sure. The regular isn't going to work. You're going to have to adjust.
Jeff says straight ahead running. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll go back to the I again.
That's just what I was thinking.
That I wing might make a reappearance. So first down and 10 from the Byron 13, 46 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Handoff goes to Stickler up the middle, and he might be gone. Stickler across midfield, inside the 40, inside the 30, inside the 20, and tackled at the 5. My goodness, Trey Shaw caught him.
He had a long lead on Trey, too.
Trey Shaw caught him from about 20 yards behind and tackles him at the 5-yard line. What hustle from Trey, but Stickler goes about 80 yards, well, about 85 yards on the carry. Give him 80, what's that, 82? And it'll be first and goal from Byron. And so far, the Tigers have been the one to figure out these conditions first, and they've had really no problems. Down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter, a 6-0 lead for Byron. Out of the wing tee again, pitch comes right side. Stickler, he's going to score easy. And I mean, when I say easy, that hole was gigantic off the right side. So Stickler with the score, and Byron leads it 12-0 over Wilmington, and the Wildcats are going to have to figure something out offensively.
Well, and it's going to have to come quick because they have gone no yardage offensively, and they have not been able to tackle defensively.
So the Tigers, they might as well just go for 2, and they will. I mean, you might as well anyway, because I don't know if there's enough footing out there to do anything else. Pitch comes left side. This is not going to make it, though, as Snodgrass gets down inside the 1, does not get in, so Wilmington holds on the 2-point conversion. Byron leads at 12-0, 14 seconds to go opening quarter. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any family.
So Byron will get set to kick off from the 40 once again, going right to left, and so far it has been all Byron. They lead at 12-0 with 14 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Wilmington needs to figure out something offensively on this field. A line drive caught inside the 30 at the 28, out across the 35 to the 40, out to the 45-yard line on the return goes Caden Humphreys. I think that was Humphreys. And Wilmington will take over first and 10 at their own 45 with 8 seconds to go in the quarter. And if you've ever faced a drive where Wilmington needs points, this is it.
They got to start answering. They got to start answering now.
Because so far, Byron has moved the ball offensively, and I mean fast.
Tell you what, that opening that hole up on that line, and that was on the line on the side the big guy's on.
So first and 10 for Wilmington from their own 45 out of the double wing. Handoff goes to the fullback, and we have a flag down. And if this is a false start, the Cats, out of all things, can't afford to give up free yardage. But let's see. It looks like it is. So it is a false start against Wilmington. It will back it up to the 40-yard line.
And on an offense that's predicated on running the ball and making short gains, that's not good.
Well, the problem is you really can't, just grab stuff out of a hat for this game either, as far as like doing trick plays and stuff, because the footing isn't there to do it.
It's terrible. It's very, very bad.
So first and 15, Hopwood drops back to pass, looks right side, still looking, Now just fires it away out of bounds, and it will bring up 2nd down and 15. There's really only one person downfield, and that was Trey Shaw, and he was covered. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Byron leads at 12-0 over Wilmington. We'll take a break, come back with more Cats football here in just a minute on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
So Wilmington has it 2nd and 15 from their own 40-yard line, as Hopwood's going to keep it himself as he gets upended out to the 42. And it will bring up 3rd and long, and this is a territory that Wilmington can't be in. 3rd down and 13, there's not a whole lot there in the Wilmington playbook.
You want to compare the first quarter? The first quarter, Wilmington had 20 yards rushing. They have 206. Wilmington has no touchdowns. They have 2. 206-20.
So 3rd down and 13 for Wilmington. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats. And last time it didn't matter even when they punted it, because Byron immediately went 87 yards or so for a touchdown drive. Handoff comes underneath, and that's not going to go anywhere either. Maybe a gain of a yard. Jake Rodewald on the carry, and Wilmington's going to face 4th and 11 after a gain of 2.
Made the stop, and that's going to be 4th down for the Wildcats, 4th and 11.
So Wilmington will have to punt it away again, and so far the Byron defense has done some damage, and the Byron offense is picking up huge chunks of yards.
Yeah, the Byron defense has only given up 24 yards.
Bain and Drake Snodgrass.
So both Snodgrasses back deep for Byron. As the kick here goes to, well, there's 1 or 2 Snodgrasses back there, so it's a Snodgrass, either way you want it. So it's down at the 27-yard line. I think it's Drake and Dame back there for Byron. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, or for the Tiger. The paw print thing messes me up too, by the way. Every time I see paw print, I think Wildcats. 1st and 10 for Byron from their own 27, and so far they have been chewing up yardage. You said 200 yards in the first quarter? So they're on pace for 800?
206 yards first quarter.
So dropping back is Carlson, fires down the middle of the field. That is caught by Snodgrass, and he's going to go for a touchdown. And I mean easily go for a touchdown. Trey Shaw was back there, had the opportunity, it looked like, to maybe knock it away, tried to intercept it instead, and Snodgrass just cruises into the end zone, and it's 18-0, the lead for Byron, off a 73-yard touchdown pass. Quite frankly, that pass should have never been completed, but it was. That's all that matters.
That was Drake Snodgrass?
Yeah. And Drake's done about
one-man show.
90% of the work. Although Stickler had a nice run, too. Off the 2-point conversion, that is incomplete over the hand of the intended receiver in the back of the end zone. And so it'll stay 18-0 Byron.
Wow.
Well, Wilmington needs an answer, and they need it soon. Back with more Cats football in a moment. on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Kick return taken for the Wildcats up to the 36-yard line. They might move it back to just over the 35, and Wilmington will have it a 1st and 10. So far, Byron has figured out the field conditions, and it's led to 18 points. And for the Wildcats, they have not been able to put together a drive yet.
It's been interesting to watch, like right there, the return. Wildcats run like they're on eggs, and Byron doesn't seem to be affected by it.
Well, you have to run a certain way. I mean, if you're going to try to make a bunch of quick cuts, that's not going to work. Handoff goes up the middle to Myers, and he's going to get 3 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 7 for Wilmington.
Well, let's see what Wilmington can pull out of the hat. They need to see what they're made out of now. Let's go get them.
I mean, Barry has mixed it up a lot in this. It's just there have been a couple of guys fall down. There's been, it's just a mixture of things. But the Cats have thrown some passes here in the first quarter. They've gone with some different looks as far as formations, but so far nothing working. Shaw and Rodewald, the wing backs. Myers at fullback. And Hopwood drops back to pass. Screen pass on the far side off to Myers. Out across the 40-yard line to near the 43. That'll be a gain of about 5 more. Bring up 3rd down and a long 2, maybe 3. Chandler Binkley, the 5'8", 145-pound sophomore, makes the stop for Byron. Again, Wilmington, they need a 1st down desperately.
Boy, do they
I mean,
ever.
just
yes.
the offense needs to
just get something to get some energy going.
Any sort of momentum.
Yeah.
3rd down and 2. Back to the double wing here with Shaw and Rodewald. Hopwood under center. And underneath it goes to Shaw. And he has it after the second push by the offensive line. It looked like he wasn't going to get there initially, but he does. A pickup of 3, Louis Gretzinger and Josh Johnson on the stop for the Tigers. Bring up 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 46-yard line.
Just think about this. Shaw so far, for his running this afternoon, is -1 yard.
About the best case scenario you have here for Wilmington is to keep the ball the rest of the half, score a touchdown, and then get the kick to start the second half and score
there you
again.
Go. That's what they need to do right
That's
there.
about where we're at. Hopwood pitches it right side. Shaw across the 45 as he's stacked up. Well, he got all the way to the 49, but they mark him down, where is it, the 47? That's not a good spot at all. A gain of a yard for Trey Shaw. He actually almost got to the midfield.
Yeah, and they gave him about the 47-yard line.
So bring up 2nd down and 9, and Wilmington again trying to figure out not only this defensive Byron, but the field as well and what's going to work. And so far, that's been nothing. 2nd down and 9. Back to the double wing here for the Cats. Again, Shaw and Rodewald at those wing back spots. Rodewald in motion. Hopwood drops back to pass, and he's sacked back at the 40. Actually, I mean, technically sacked. The field reached up and grabbed him, getting the credit. Louis Kretzinger will get credit for the sack, and I mean, he might have sacked him anyway, but
when he went to step aside to get away from him, his foot went right out from underneath him, and there he was.
I mean, there's literally no footing anywhere, and so the Cats will be forced to 3rd down and 18. But again, the Tigers have figured that out. I mean, they've managed to get in the end zone 3 times. And Wilmington can barely get first downs. 2 receivers to the near side. Hopwood out of the shotgun here. 3rd down and 18. Keaton rolls left side. There's a flag down. And Keaton's not going to get around the corner, but gets dropped out near the 39-yard line. There's a flag, and more than likely this will be a hold on Wilmington, but we'll see. And it is. Byron will decline that. There's no point in taking that penalty, so I'll bring up 4th down and 18 as Keaton got no gain on that last run, maybe even a loss of a yard.
Yeah, he had a guy breaking across the middle if he'd gone ahead and passed it, but so everything's so hesitant in their mind right now. It's just hard for them to move.
Well, 4th down and 18, and the problem for Wilmington is that this is not a team built to score huge amounts of points in a short amount of time. So A.J. Myers will get set to punt it away. So far, the Tigers have been stuck with some pretty bad field position. That is not the best kick in the world, and that's a really dangerous play by Snodgrass. He came up and dove headlong to catch the punt.
Yes, that's 2 or 3 times he's done that, and he's just very fortunate that he didn't cause a turnover.
Well, that was a 15-yard punt. So far for Wilmington, really nothing has worked, honestly. 1st and 10 for Byron from their own 45. Back to the wing tee to the right side in motion Snodgrass. Handoff goes to Stickler. He gets hit in the hole and dropped after a gain of a yard, maybe 2. As Sanchez, and I think that's A.J. Myers, although it's kind of like guesswork at this point.
It is.
Everybody's covered in mud, so. And I'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
All right,
for
we
Byron.
need a turnover right here.
Down to 5:15 to go in the half, and Wilmington really needs the ball back. As we said, they need a score before halftime in order to get the ball back and be in any position to stay in this game. So this is again to the far side, and Snodgrass on the run inside the Wilmington 45 down to the 43.
He just ran through 2 arm tackles.
And somehow he manages to make cuts and break tackles without falling to the ground, and he's done it the entire game. So a gain of 10 and a Byron 1st down to the Wilmington 43.
Yeah, because he got hit by two Wildcats in different places there, and it slowed him down, but it never affected his running at all.
So Wilmington takes a timeout. 4:51 to go in the half. Byron leads at 18-0. We'll take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today.
18-0 is the lead for Byron, and they have the ball at the Wilmington 43-yard line. I'm going to go on a limb and say Byron is outgaining Wilmington 325 to 40.
You might be close.
I mean, it's strictly a guess. I don't have any of the stats in front of me, but that would be, if I was going to make an educated guess, I'd say that'd be it.
They went past 200 the first quarter.
First and 10 from the 43. Carlson jots back to pass, fires it near side. That is dropped by Snodgrass. He almost made a ridiculously good catch at the 22.
He would have made that catch, but I can't read his number.
That's
the defender,
Hopwood's back there.
Hopwood, he knocked the ball out of his hands. He would have had it.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of talk about other guys in this team. But Drake Snodgrass, I'll take him, please.
I go along with that.
He's that guy, defensively, offensively.
He's the man.
I mean, of course, everything starts with Tyler Ellsbury and being able to run behind him. That's a huge advantage on your line. But as far as like at those other positions, yeah, I'll take that, please. Handoff comes near side. Try to get the corner. Stickler gets down to the 40. That's actually a really nice play by Matt Sanchez to trip him up before he could get the corner. And it will bring up 3rd down and 7 for Byron.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers.
So again, Wilmington in a spot where they really need a defensive stand.
Yeah, we got to have the Wildcats make one here.
In order to give the Cats one more shot in this half. Although with this field, it's, figuring out a way to score quick is interesting too. I'm telling you, right in front of the Byron bench is like a mud hole. 3rd down and 7. Wing T to the left here. Carlson pitches it to the outside. Snodgrass trying to get the corner. There's a flag down. And Snodgrass is going to go for a touchdown, but it's going to come back. And there is a hold, and it's going to come back. But even on that run, he made a couple of cuts, took off into the end zone, and he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're running behind Ellsbury out there, and who wouldn't? The 6'6", 300-pounder headed to Iowa next year. Yeah, you better believe it. I would do that, too. I mean, it's like the Wilmington left side of their line.
All 6'6", 295 pounds of him, buddy.
Yeah, and I mean, that's offensive line, like college offensive line size, too. That's...
Yeah, and Wilmington really is struggling with their footing a lot more than Byron. I'm not sure why.
So 3rd down and 15 from the Wilmington 49-yard line. Out of the double wing, Carlson drops back to pass, throws it up down the sideline.
Wide open.
And wide open, and dropping the ball at the 5-yard line is Josiah Featherston.
Man, that ball was right on target, too.
He could have walked into the end zone. Hopwood was about 5 yards behind him. And Wilmington very fortunate that wasn't a touchdown, because it probably should have been.
That's one of the first things that's gone Wilmington's way today, and that was a wide open touchdown. He was at least from 5 to 10 yards ahead of the nearest Wilmington defender.
That was a nice pass too from Carlson. But of course, when you have somebody that's got that kind of steps. Well, Wilmington's going to get it back, and let's see if they could make something out of a Byron mistake here.
They'll have over 3 minutes to use.
So Carlson is the punter, which makes things interesting too. And now we have, is this delay of game? It is on Byron. So then I'll back him up again. And really, if you're Byron, that doesn't, take a couple more seconds off the clock. You're at midfield anyway. So 3:36 to go in the half. Actually, the clock was stopped, though, so, I mean, why not? Go ahead and snap it at that point.
Yeah, well,
but really, that's not the biggest penalty in the world.
They did take 1 second off the clock.
So 4th and, call it 19. Carlson to punt here. That's a beautiful kick. Bounces at the 20, and sliding is Narine, and it's going to be down all the way back at the 6.
Once again, Wilmington lost it again because Narine's footing went out from underneath him. He went sliding across and went to make his cut to get the ball and go upfield.
I mean,
it's just eating them alive.
Yeah,
this footing.
I mean, Narine should have been able to pick that up and get out to the 30 or 35, and instead the ball's back at the 6. I mean, he went to stop and pick up the ball, and it was like he was on a slip and slide. This kept right on going.
He just slid right. Like a slip and slide is exactly right.
But again, the crazy thing is this really hasn't bothered Byron very much. The pass routes have been fine. the running backs have been pretty good. I mean, a couple of slips, but Wilmington is a team that's sliding all over the place. Hopwood out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side. Handoff goes to A.J. Myers. He gets across the 10 to the 11. And Wilmington, if they want to get anything done here, is going to need to go into hurry-up mode. It's out to the 11-yard line, a gain of, we'll call it 4, 2nd down and 6. And it appears Wilmington is in no hurry to really do much here. I mean, I know you don't want to make a mistake and turn it over deep in your own territory, but down 18-0 almost to the half, the Cats need to make something happen. So back to the double wing here. And the pitch goes far side. Shaw trying to get the corner. And he got across the 10, and that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Sure to stick around for our halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate. Big thank you to them for sponsoring that halftime show all year. We'll have a check of your first half stats, which, as we know, are heavily skewed toward Byron. We'll also get you set for the second half, and we'll have our first check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred & Associates. Of course, not a lot going on. There's only, 64 teams left playing in the whole state?
Yep.
Again, I'm not a math major, but I think I have that number right. 2 receivers to the far side, 154 and counting here in the first half. Hopwood fires far side, caught out to the 19-yard line. A gain of 7 yards on the pass to Shaw. And 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 19. And again, there's only 1:40 to go in the half, and it's certainly apparent that Wilmington is okay with going into the half at this 18-0 point.
Yeah, it looks like most chance of success for Wilmington so far is passing.
So back to the double wing, 1st down and 10. And we've got a flag down for false start.
False start.
So just when Wilmington gets a 1st down, they go
I
backwards.
think that happened the last time.
So 1st down and 15, and Byron has all 3 timeouts left, which is very interesting because you would think they would use one here, right?
I would.
I mean,
Why not
force
go
Wilmington to punt the ball because big plays have been there for Byron. Hopwood rolls left side, going to keep the ball himself across the 20, all the way out to near the 25-yard line, call it the 24. It's a gain of 10 for Keaton.
That is a major gain for Wilmington. They've had one run by Rodewall to 13, and other than that's the only one in double figures.
So Ian Paulskill makes the stop for Byron. Down to 30 seconds to go in the half, and again, Wilmington appears fine with going into the half with this score, and see if the Wildcats can make some adjustments at the half, because let's face it, something is going to have to change if Wilmington's going to win this game. Hopwood jots back to pass, fires down the sideline. There's not even anybody out there. In fact, he just throws it completely out of bounds.
Yeah, he had Trey Shaw coming across over here, but he didn't go for him.
Which also is interesting because now the clock stops with 13 seconds to go in the half on 3rd down, instead of just keeping the clock moving.
But you wonder why.
And again, if I'm Byron, if Wilmington doesn't pick this up here, I'd use a timeout, make a punt it. With the field conditions and everything, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, no,
I mean,
it's a guessing game.
You don't necessarily even have to field the punt, but just see if they can get it off. Just try to block it. 3rd down and 5, and again, another flag. And is it another false start? Another one.
Oh my! This is crazy. Wow.
So it goes from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10.
Now, see, they started the clock up, and they used some time off the clock, and nothing was supposed to have happened. That's twice they've done that, which is good for Wilmington right now. But
yeah, and I don't know if it's like it goes back. I don't know. That's an odd, because I know at Wilmington sometimes it doesn't always read back like it should. 3rd down and 9 for Wilmington out of the double wing. Hopwood's going to roll right side, looking downfield, going to keep it himself across the 25 out near the 30. Clock is going to run, and that's going to take us to the half. Byron leads it 18-0 over Wilmington. Welcome to the halftime show, brought to you by Pro Real Estate. Take a break, come back. We'll have your first half stats. We'll also get you set for the second half and have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll do all that in just a couple of minutes on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300. Stop by online at warrenscollision.com or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300. Stop by online at warrenscollision.com or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's Q-U-I-G tech.com.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow and I can't be all hungover from drinking.
Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school and sports and clubs and so much stuff.
I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and SAMHSA.
This is the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916. Well, Wilmington started off a little rough, and then all of a sudden, Byron hit 3 big plays, and they lead it 18-0 here at the half. First half stats for Byron, rushing the football, Isaac Stickler, 6 rushes for 101 yards and a touchdown. Ian Paulskill, 3 carries for 17 yards. Drake Snodgrass, 6 carries, 103 yards and a touchdown. For Byron, 16 rushing attempts, 222 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now you have to keep in mind, and a couple of those Wilmington guys trying to make tackles, slipping and sliding, and then that was just kind of it. But still, 222 yards of rushing.
Yeah, it's Wilmington has done a lot of things with their feet sliding out from underneath them, trying to make quick cuts in a lot of different places, and it's not out there today.
Through the air, Ben Carlson, 1 of 3 for 73 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown to guess who? Drake Snodgrass.
Of course.
Snodgrass with 173 yards of Byron's offense in the first half. Byron has a total of 295 yards of offense. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Keaton Hopwood, 7 carries for 21 yards. Jacob Rodewald, 3 rushes for 18 yards. Trey Shaw, 4 carries, is that right, for 0 yards?
0.
Wow. A.J. Myers, 2 carries for 7 yards. Wilmington, 16 rushing attempts, 46 yards in the first half. Keaton Hopwood through the air is 3 of 5 for 16 yards. Matt Sanchez had 1 reception for 4 yards. Trey Shaw, 1 reception for 7 yards. And A.J. Myers, 1 reception for 5 yards. When was the last time you heard this? Wilmington with 62 yards of offense in a half.
In a half. Unbelievable.
So Byron outgaining Wilmington 295 to 62 in the first half.
Only 63 yards.
Yeah, that's a rather sizable difference. The Cats trail 18-0 at halftime, and honestly, Wilmington should be happy that it's only 18.
Yes, very much so.
Because if that 1 touchdown reception wasn't dropped, that would have made it 24, and then Byron has not converted any of their extra points either. No. So if that happens, it could conceivably be upwards of 30 points in the first half, and Wilmington gets the ball to start the second half. Yeah. And for the Cats to have any shot in this thing, they really need to score in the first possession of the second half. And we'll see what the Cats try to come up with here. They're out there right now trying to come up with some plan. So
I know something out this too. Look at the flags down there in the band. The wind out of the south has really picked up.
All right, let's take ourselves another break. When we come back, we'll have our first full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates. We'll do that here in just a couple of minutes. Byron leads Wilmington 18-0 at the half. Halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
Hey, Billy, where do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail.
So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide, don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call
1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
Back here in the halftime show, brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916. Byron leads Wilmington 18-0 at the break. The Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half, and for Wilmington, they really need to get something going offensively. And so far, not a whole lot there, as Byron outgaining the Wildcats 300-60, basically, outside of a couple of yards there in that first half. And so the Cats looking for some answers. As a matter of fact, they were kind of walking through some stuff defensively just a minute ago as they stayed out on the field during this halftime. So we'll keep an eye on that. Time for a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates. You know, we only have 64 teams left. That breaks down to 32 games, and not all of them are going on right now, but we'll give you the scoring updates on the ones we do have. The Princeton Tigers lead Paxton 21-6. That game in the second quarter. The winner of that game would then take on the winner of this game here next week in the semifinals. So Princeton leading it 21-6 over Paxton. In 1A, Morrison leads Anawan Wethersfield 7-6. That's in the first quarter. Leno Winslow, and they're usually a powerhouse anyway. Leno Winslow blowing out Ackland 36-7. That game in the second quarter. Central A&M, a 21-0 lead on Arcola, as the Purple Riders down big, that in the first quarter as well. In 2A, Newman Central Catholic, a 21-0 lead on the number 1 seed, Knoxville. So Sterling Newman came to play today. That game's at the half. Nashville leads the other number 1 seed, 20-13, as they lead Pena, and that's in the second quarter. In 4A, nothing has started yet, although we'll keep an eye on all of this. Coal City will take on Wheaton St. Francis. That game starts in literally like 2 minutes. I think it's at 2 p.m. IC Catholic and Richmond Burton, that game is at 3 p.m. Bishop Mack and Murfreesboro, that's at 2:30. And Effingham and Prairie Central at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on all of those scores. Now let's go to the upper side of everything. In 5A, Boylan Catholic leads Sycamore 7-0. That's in the first quarter. Prairie Ridge leads Cary Grove. We're now up to 6A now, so 6A. Prairie Ridge 14-7 over Cary Grove. That's at the half. In the first quarter, Deerfield leads Lake Forest. That's 14-7. In 7A, in the second quarter, Mount Carmel leads Chicago Phillips 17-2. So that's an interesting one. Phillips, of course, petitioned to go up a few years ago, and they trail Mount Carmel 17-2 in the second quarter. Willowbrook leads Lake Zurich 14-10. That game is at the half. Nazareth leads Batavia 16-7. That game in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Rolling Meadows 15, Wheaton Warrenville South, nothing. In 8A, Marist, the number 23 seed, trails Loyola by just 2, 23-21, as Loyola, the 18 seed. So you got a couple of lower seeds who probably shouldn't have been lower seeds based on the competition they play. But regardless, Loyola 23-21 over Marist. That's in the third quarter. Lincoln Way East, up on Homewood Flossmoor. That's 10-0. That game is at the half. Somehow Lincoln Way East ended up with a 3 seed in 8A, which to me is hilarious, being the fact that they were ranked 1 the entire year, and all of a sudden they get a 3. I know they figure them out differently than that, but that still ends up being a little insane to me. So back in 3A, Princeton leads Paxton 21-6. That game in the second quarter, of course, the winner of that will take on the winner of this game here, as Byron leads at 18-0 over Wilmington. We'll keep an eye on that Coal City score as that game starts up. Also, Bishop McNamara a little bit later in this, 2:30 start time for that game, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Minooka doesn't play till tonight. Joliet Catholic also plays tonight at 6 p.m. against Muscuda. And Providence will play at 2 against Glenwood. We'll keep an eye on that as well. That is a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates. Take a break, come back with your second half. We got about 5 minutes or so before our second half kick. Byron leads at 18-0. We're back with that in a moment. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and at 815-476-7916.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred & Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
About 1 minute away from our second half kick as Byron leads at 18-0. Wilmington will get the ball to start the second half. I feel like we're doing like a massive, national TV broadcast or something. We got
pretty nice.
It's loaded with the
light coming, the sun coming through the windows, like warming us up. We got a good view right from 50-yard line, right straight down the field.
I'm glad I remembered to bring my sunglasses because that sun is just peeking around. And who would have thought we would have said that today? I mean, it's been cloudy and so Byron will get set to kick it off left to right or south to north. I think I have that right.
Yes, you have it right.
And Sanchez and Trey Shaw.
Well,
that's Narine. Sorry, back there for the Cats.
See if we can encourage the Wildcats to get right back on track now. And again, Wilmington hasn't stopped playing. They've been playing hard. Just their feet, they can't get any traction.
So the kick here is a line drive shot down to the 7-yard line, across the 20, 25, 30, and that's where Wilmington will start 1st and 10. On the return by Matt Sanchez. And we'll see what kind of changes Wilmington put into play here for the second half. Of course, Dave Schnittiger's been slowed a little bit by that knee. You can see he's not full speed. And Wilmington will have to try to work off that left side at various times. Of course, the problem there is playing defensive end on that side is Tyler Ellsbury at 6'6", 300 pounds.
The little guy.
So 1st and 10 from the Wilmington 30. Handoff comes left side, getting around the corner across the 35 to the 40, out to the 45-yard line. On the run goes Rodewald. That'll be a gain of 15 yards and a Wilmington first down.
And guess where they ran that?
Off the left side.
Right by the big guy.
Nose of the ball right on the 50.
I see they switched the big guy to the other. No, he's still there.
Nope, he's still right there.
I thought you were going to put him on the other side. They didn't.
By the way, Coal City, that game started 3 minutes ago?
Yeah.
And Wheaton, St. Francis, they're playing 7-0.
Oh, my.
On Coal City. I mean,
Come
that game
on,
literally just started.
Come on, Kohlers.
They had it just kicked off. And handoff to Shaw off the right side across the 45 out near the 48. On the stop for Byron is Isaiah Schultz.
Well, they got the right idea.
So bring up 2nd down and 7 for Wilmington from the 48. And again, where the Cats are right now is Wilmington needs a score on this drive.
Yes.
I mean, if they can get points here and get a stop, the Cats are right back in it. But the problem for Wilmington has been stopping Byron's offense. Not just Wilmington scoring, but stopping them.
Yeah, they seem to not be troubled by the footing.
2nd down and 7. Pitch goes right side. This is Shaw across the 50. Shaw trying to get up the sideline and spun to the ground at the 49-yard line as Drake Snodgrass on the stop for Byron. Gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for Wilmington.
Yeah, see, you didn't see the regular quick burst of Shaw that time because he can't get his footing. He was going there, but he was kind of like spinning. And he wasn't making a fast takeoff.
The only real spots out here that aren't chewed up at this point is in the corners inside the 20-yard lines. Those aren't too bad. Where the Wilmington is right now isn't real bad. At the 49, Hopwood rolls left side, trying to get upfield. Inside the 45 as he's spun to the ground there, but it is a first down, or should be. Boy, that spot. I mean, that's...
Oh, come on.
Hopwood made it all the way across the 45, and they move it all the way back to the other side of the 45. So instead of it being an easy first down, Wilmington is going to have and I mean, we're sitting right on that, and it's literally by a chain link or two either way. So...
Well, Wilmington has not gotten very good spots when they've been down there either. You're right about that.
No, the spotting is, I mean,
horrendous.
It's not been good. So they'll mark it from there, and it is a Wilmington first down, and I mean by the nose of the football.
Wow. What's that, the second first down?
That's like one of those things Jeff was saying he didn't think he got it, but that's what I'll say. You get out the note card, and stick the note card in between there and see if it's a first down or not.
It was close.
So Wilmington does get a first down to the 45-yard line of Byron. I don't think it should have been that close. I think the ball should have been all the way on the other side of that 45, but it doesn't matter. It's still a first down. 1st and 10 for Wilmington. As the Cats into Byron territory, out of the double wing here with Shaw and Rodewald. Hopwood under center. Taking his time here off that stop motion. Now we'll hand it off left side. And that went right into Mr. Ellsbury.
Right into his chest.
And I mean,
he never moved.
He was being blocked by, I think it was Schnittiger. And while he was being blocked, just reached out and grabbed Rodewald trying to come around the corner.
Well, I mean, he just ran like
no
a
joke,
stone wall.
one arm.
That was crazy. He was going full steam ahead, and he just reached out and boom.
Yeah, that was the end of that. So 2nd down and 10 for Wilmington from the 45 of Byron. Again, out of the double wing. Hopwood under center. Drop back, rolls right side, looking downfield, going to keep it himself. That's not going to go anywhere.
I'm telling you, they're going to have to get that ball in the air a little bit.
That was a nice stop on that play by Carson Wilsey. He's 5'10", 180-pound senior for Byron. And now the Wildcats facing 3rd and long, and that hasn't been kind to Wilmington so far today.
You had a little bit of element of surprise passing last down. With this down, oh boy, they're going to come after you now.
So 3rd down and 10 from the Byron 45. Again, out of the double wing, 8:10 to go in the 3rd. As this game disappearing in a hurry. Double handoff goes to Shaw off the right side, and that's not going to go anywhere either. That'll bring up 4th down and 7. I mean, it just not much over there as Isaiah Schultz makes the stop. And for Wilmington, I mean, at this point, I would just throw the ball. I mean, punting it here is. I mean, the Cats are going to punt it, which, okay, be 4th down and a long 6, short 7. I mean, the passing game hasn't been all that great either, so
yeah,
I guess you just hope you're going to force a turnover.
A.J. Myers deep.
So A.J. Myers will get set to punt it away, and there's really nobody free to run that fake on. And the kick, as Byron didn't really have anybody back to return that. The punt was not all that great either, as Wilmington will only get like 20 yards off of punting it, which goes back to just throw the ball up in the air and see what happens.
Didn't really punt it. He kind of just pushed it off the side over there.
Well, and part of it is, you know, you want to make sure you get the kickoff. You don't slip to the ground and do whatever, so I get some of that. But Wilmington's at the point now where there's really, from here on out, you really can't afford to punt. I mean, you're just going to have to go every time. 1st and 10 for Wilmington, or from Byron from the Tigers 20. This goes out over the 25, close to the 26, and it will be 2nd down and 4. Ian Paulskill on the carry for Byron. And again, the problem for Wilmington becomes stopping Byron. They did it on the first drive of the game. And then ever since then, they've had some difficulties outside of one. I think there was a penalty on one drive. Pitch comes near side. That's not going to go anywhere. Matter of fact, stacked up and thrown backwards is Stickler. Good pursuit over there by the Cats. Cam Holman out there. A couple of other Wildcat defenders. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Has Spangler in there too. Well, again for Wilmington, things kind of ratchet up here. You absolutely need to stop and get out of this at 3 and out. So wing tee to the near side for Byron. Pitch comes to the near side, and a couple of blockers out in front. Snodgrass trying to get out there, and he's going to have the 1st down. As Snodgrass very intelligently just kind of working to the spot where he needed to get, and I think he got the 1st down. I mean, it's close, but he's got it.
It's going to be right on it again.
They didn't even measure it, did they? Wow. Okay, well, they said they're short. That's interesting. So 4th down and a foot for Byron, and Wilmington trying to get a stop and get off the field. Full house backfield. T formation. Handoff, and he got it on the 2nd effort. Got maybe a yard. As Paulskill on the carry. And it gives Byron a 1st down. 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
The thing that's crucial about that is they get to keep the ball.
Yeah, well, and that's what all Byron wants right now.
Right, they want the ball, run the
clock.
Run
the football, get a few 1st downs, burn out the entire 3rd quarter, and it's going to be tough. This game has been very fast. Pitch goes to the outside. Snodgrass trying to get the corner. Trey Shaw can't make the tackle, and Snodgrass gets all the way out close to another 1st down, out near the 40. So A.J. Myers with the tackle, and it's going to be a 10-yard gain and a first down. I think Hunter Doherty literally lost a shoe as he put that back on.
Snodgrass doesn't have any problem running out there at all. I mean, he made good speed around that corner.
He's been breaking tackles, too.
Yeah. He has no problem.
So one receiver to the far side. This is I formation. Pitch comes right side. Huge hole. This might go for a touchdown. Snodgrass up the sideline, and he's going to go for 6. And Byron leads it 24-0 here over Wilmington as the Tigers will get set to attempt the extra point. And for Byron, you might as well go for 2 because the kicking game has been essentially non-existent in this one. Well, that's what we were saying, like, to punt the ball back, now it's 24. Of course, even if you score, you still got to stop them anyway. But
so far, they have not been able to do that.
From here on out, Wilmington's got to go pretty much every 4th down. They're going to have to go for something. So Byron's done this a few times this afternoon and has not succeeded on any of them. But this one they will. Stickler off the right side. And so Cruz into the end zone. And Byron leads it 26-0 with 4:31 to go in the third quarter. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
A 26-0 lead for Byron here with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. This returned out across the 30 to the 31. As Probus ended up with the football, and now Wilmington, who the last time around, pretty much their best drive of the game, stalled out, and we'll see what Wilmington can do here. It would be interesting to see this game like on a turf field and see what it was, but I mean, I still think Byron is a huge problem, no matter how you slice it, but clearly Wilmington has not been able to keep footing a whole lot today. Handoff goes up the middle. This will be a gain of about 3. Be a gain, I guess it is 3. Second down and 7 for Wilmington from their own 34-yard line. So the Cats have it 2nd and 7 from their own 34. And again, back to the double wing here with Shaw and Rodewald. Myers at that fullback spot. Hopwood will roll out to the near side, trying to get free, and he throws the ball sideways. That is an incomplete pass, but it will be.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go with intentional grounding, but A.J. Myers was kind of out there.
He was out there, and he was out of the pocket, too.
That's boy, that's very generous. You say that's not intentional grounding. I mean, Myers was out there like 15 yards or so downfield, but yeah, that didn't really end well.
It was thrown about 10 yards from him.
Josh Johnson, the 6 foot, 195-pound junior, causing the pressure. I think the best thing that Wilmington has done so far has been the screen pass, and they've gone there once. Be surprised if that doesn't make another appearance. And now we have a timeout to Wilmington. 3:40 to go in the third. Byron leads at 26-0. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG-tech.com.
So 3:40 to go in the third. Byron leads at 26-0. Wilmington will face 3rd and 7. By the way, a couple of quick scoring updates. It is now a 7-6 lead for St. Francis. Cole City has come back and scored in the first quarter, so it's back to a 1-point game between Cole City and St. Francis. 3rd down and 7, and we got another flag, and let me guess, another false start. Boy, Wilmington has just racked up penalties like there's no tomorrow. Other 3A scores.
Feet slipped.
Princeton, a 21-6 lead on Paxton. That game's now at the half. Quincy Notre Dame leads Mater Dei 7-0 in the first. Williamsville leads Vandalia 13-0. That game in the first quarter as well. All of those scores, the quarterfinals of 3A. Of course, the winner of this game, which right now is tracking to be Byron, would take on the winner of Princeton and Paxton, and Princeton with a 2-touchdown lead there at the half. Hopwood jots back to pass, fires it deep down the sideline. It is intercepted by Carlson, and I think he was afraid he was going to fall on the ground. He just kind of skidded out of bounds. It was intended for Hunter Doherty, and I mean way down the field out at the 50-yard line. And
he had pressure on him, just threw it. It might as well have. It was going to be 4th down anyway.
So Carlson with the interception, and I think he was going to try to cut up the sideline and realized this isn't going to go well and just ran out of bounds.
Yeah, he was walking on eggs there too. So it is affecting him somewhat as well.
Because normally you'd just cut up the sideline and be off to the races.
Yeah.
And he was not. In fact, he just on purpose just kind of stepped out of bounds. Pitch comes near side, and a decent hole for Stickler. He'll get across the 45 down to the Wilmington 43. Be a gain of 5, bring up 2nd and 5 for Byron.
Gain of 4 on the play makes it 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
Well, and Wilmington staring toward the end of the third quarter, and it's been all Byron. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Wing T formation to the near side. Here's the pitch off the Stickler. He's got a huge hole, and he might go inside the 20, and Stickler is in the end zone. So 32-0 is the lead for Byron, with 2:44 to go in the third quarter. And so the Tigers will get set to attempt the extra point, which will actually be a 2-point conversion once again. Because really, honestly, there's no point trying to kick anything today, because it wouldn't go well if you did. That was a huge hole off the right side. I mean, there was no one there defensively. Carlson pitched it back, and that does not get in for Drake Snodgrass. So it will stay 32-0 Byron with 2:44 to go in the third. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
32-0 is the lead for Byron. So Narayan and Sanchez back deep for Wilmington at their own 5-yard line. So getting set to kick off is Eden Lamberts. As Eden approaches, and a line drive kick bounces out to the 25, to the 30, out to the 33-yard line goes the return. Might give them the 34, and Wilmington will start up there, 1st and 10.
Kyle Humphreys took that kick off.
Well, now you've approached the portion of the game where if you're Wilmington, you'd like to get some positive results on offense to kind of, here in the quarterfinal of the playoffs, go off with a little bit of good feelings, at least offensively. Get something working. So 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 34-yard line. Handoff comes right side, and this will keep going all the way out to the 40-yard line. Actually, all the way out to the 41 as Ellsbury and Schultz on the stop for Byron. Bring up 2nd down and 2 for Wilmington. By the way, looking through some of these scores in 1A, Central A&M 28-0 over Arcola. That's in the second quarter. Lena Winslow blowing out Aquin 44-7. That game in the third quarter. And at the half, Morrison 7-6 over Anawan Weathersfield. Catch you up on the 3A scores here in just a moment. 2nd down and 2. Out of the double wing. Handoff. Nope. Was supposed to go underneath to Trey Shaw. And he couldn't even. He barely got him the football before Shaw was tackled.
Yeah, the offensive line was literally pushed up on the back of Hopwood. And when he handed the ball off, there was a tackle immediately.
3rd and 4 for the Wildcats.
So it will bring up 3rd down and 4 for Wilmington.
I mean, they are not moving that defensive front out for Byron. They're just owning that line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down and 4, down to, approaching 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Out of the double wing here as Hopwood rolls right side, looking downfield. He slipped and then is dropped by Ellsbury in the backfield.
Tyler Ellsbury making the stop for the Tigers.
On a loss of 2 more. There's really not much you could do. I mean, Keaton can't even get around the corner without almost falling.
Well, he went to take off again around the corner, and his feet slipped out. By that time, Ellsbury was there. Went ahead and finished him off. But, again, no place for him to go. The footing is so treacherous out there. It's just really crazy.
So bring up 4th down and 7. So Wilmington will be forced to punt again. And A.J. Myers rolls a kick inside the 40, inside the 35, and down to the 32-yard line. And that's where Byron will start 1st and 10. Well, 6 seconds to go in the quarter. And this has been all Byron. A 32-0 lead here over Wilmington. So 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of the Tigers. Again, wing T formation to the left side. Handoff comes near side. Fumble on the play, and that comes right back to Byron.
I tell you, everything's going their way.
Snodgrass fumbled the football, and I mean it literally hit the ground and bounced right back to him.
That was Dwayne Snodgrass that time.
So a gain of 8 will bring up 2nd and 2, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th quarter. Byron 32, Wilmington nothing. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
2nd down and 2. Handoff goes up the middle to Paulskill. He'll pick up about 3 yards. And a Byron 1st down as the Tigers continue to churn forward. That's Hunter Doherty and Nick Gornick combined on the stop for Wilmington. I'll say one thing. That roar, they need to do some work on.
Yeah, they do.
It's other than that, I mean,
the rest of it all works.
1st down and 10 for Byron from their own 43. Handoff comes near side, big hole inside the Wilmington 45, down to the 40 goes Drake Snodgrass, as he'll pick up a gain of 17 yards and a Byron 1st down.
The ball is on the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Tigers.
Last time he carried, there's that dumb line. Last time he carried the ball, he had 59 yards. This time he's got 17.
I mean, I guess they're trying to make it sound tougher, but I don't know what that really is.
Let the team speak for itself. That's good
yeah.
enough.
Well, they've done plenty of that. That's
Yep.
for sure. 1st and 10 for Byron from their own, or excuse me, the Wilmington 40, and of course they're just using clock now. Under 10 minutes. Pitch goes off that right side. Getting stacked up is Stickler, and really no gain there.
Keaton Hopwood made the stop for the Wildcats.
So it's Cam Holman and Keaton Hopwood in on the stop for the Cats.
One on the play makes it 2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
So 2nd, might as well call it 10.
It is.
For
It's
Byron.
closer to 10 than it is 9. Got about 6 inches on the carry.
So 2nd down and 10 for Byron. Again, they'll use all of this play clock here.
Which the official over there starts with his arm.
I think if I'm Byron, especially on this field, I'd be pulling some of those starters. And I mean soon, before somebody slips and pulls a muscle or, blows out a knee or who knows what. There's a fumble on the play, and I think Byron got it back, but it's hard to tell. Wilmington's saying they have it, and they do. So Wilmington does force a turnover. So the Cats will take over 1st and 10 at their own 40, and A.J. Myers ends up with the fumble recovery.
And the Wildcats will pick over 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line.
So Williamsville now up 21-0 on Vandalia. That game in the 2nd quarter. Mater Dei leads Quincy Notre Dame 18-7 in the 2nd quarter. These scores are in 3A. Princeton now 23-6 over Paxton. That's in the third quarter. All of that in 3A today. Handoff goes to Shaw. I mean, he slipped. He slipped going to get the ball. Then he slipped once he got the ball. Then there was nowhere to go after that.
He didn't have anywhere to go.
Johnson making the stop for the Tigers.
So it'll bring up second down and 11.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't at least try the I formation just to see, so he could run straight ahead instead of cutting. The cutting is not working. But I'm not sure anything would in this sloppy mess.
By the way, that Cole City scored. They're now in the second quarter, and it's still 7-6.
Oh, good.
I mean, the defensive linemen for Byron, they're literally digging mud out of their cleats to try to get any sort of footing. Bring up second down and 11. Back to the double wing here. Hopwood up under center, and again, Rodewald, he couldn't even hand them the ball because he couldn't get to him to hand it.
It's ridiculous.
Jacob Rodewald went to go take the handoff and couldn't even get there. It was like a slip and slide. So Hopwood just essentially just took a knee. There was not. I mean, it's
crazy.
It's approaching the absurd.
That middle of that field is so bad. If you got the bigger guys and can run straight at somebody, that's what they've been doing. They've not been cutting around the corners. They've been running straight up their gut. If you've got the guys in the center to control the center, you can do that.
So third down and 11 for Wilmington. And again, so back to the double wing here. So Hopwood up under center. Pitch comes near side. Shaw trying to get the corner. Does. Across the 45 out near the 48. That's a gain of close to 4. Let's see if Wilmington goes ahead and goes for it, or if they punt it, and then the Cats are just going to go ahead and punt it.
It'll be 4th down and 6 for the Wildcats.
So Wilmington just going to punt it away. I mean, 4th down and 6. I don't know. Go ahead and throw something and see what happens.
I mean, the kicks have not been netting as much.
No,
punting.
it's not really. And that's has a little bit to do with the field, too, as far as getting footing to get kicks off, although Byron's done a pretty good job of that, too. Myers on the kick, and,
once again,
it has not been a fantastic day punting the football for AJ, but this goes down to the 30. It'll be down there, and Byron will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30.
Talking about
again, I honestly think if I'm Byron, I don't risk playing any of these starters at this point.
There's no point in it, is there?
Because one move and somebody slips and blows out an ACL or blows out a knee or, spins an ankle or any of those things. I mean, you need all these guys for next week. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't.
I hope they don't have to play on this field again next week.
So Carlson back up under center. And the handoff goes up in the middle. That is Paul Skill on the carry. He'll pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 or so for Byron. And now there comes Stickler coming off the field as Max Connell checks in. And that's really, that's what Byron needs to start doing, because you want to make sure to have everybody 100%.
Yeah, the way I feel is you could get somebody hurt real quick.
Oh, yeah, very easily. So T formation here for Byron, down to 6:20 to go in this game. Everybody packed in. And the handoff comes near side. That is Drake Snodgrass. He'll pick up 2, maybe 3. And Jaron Allen on the tackle. After a gain of a couple, it'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
And brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Tigers.
For Wilmington, the season's going to come to a close, but again, another fantastic year.
It's been a great season
for the Wildcats. This will be their 2nd loss, back into the quarterfinals again. Just a few things combined today to make it very, very difficult. So Carlson up under center. He almost fell, managed to get the corner, but not get all the way around the corner. Matter of fact, dropped for a loss of 2. As Keaton Hopwood out there, it's a good thing Jeff is sitting here next to me because there's no chance I'd be able to see who that is.
You can't tell. Some of the Wilmington jerseys are just not readable.
You can't. I mean, half the guys out there, you can't even tell what the number is. It'll bring up 4th down and 5 with 5 minutes to go in this one as Tigers will get set to punt it away.
I would like to see these two teams play on good footing.
Yeah. I mean, I still think Byron's a huge problem, no matter what you play on.
I do too.
But I would like to see Wilmington be able to, especially offensively, do what they normally do.
Flag on the field.
Well, it looks like half the Wildcats jumped, and the offside will be on Wilmington, and that will give Byron a first down on what would have been 4th and 5. And boy, penalties today have been a big problem for Wilmington. I mean, the offense sputtered anyway, but all of the false starts.
Yeah, they got at least 5 of them.
Just really hurts. Then your defense is going to get off the field. And then that. So wing T to the right, down to 4:20 to go here in this one as Byron leads it 32-0. Handoff comes near side. It's going to be a gain of 2, maybe 3 for Paul Skill. As A.J. Myers and Jaron Allen in on the stop for the Cats. Bring up 2nd down. We'll call it 7.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
And now Byron goes ahead and makes a change at quarterback, too, because try to get Carlson out of that game. He slipped a couple of times, too, and there's no point, again, taking any risk. As Ethan Bunnell, a 5'9", 150-pound senior, will step in and take some snaps here. Down to 3:35 to go in the game. Handoff comes near side. That'll be a gain of about 6 for Snodgrass. That's the other Snodgrass, Dane Snodgrass.
Ray Shaw making the stop for the Wildcats.
Shaw ends up on the stop.
Gain of 6 on the play makes it 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers.
Dane and Drake must be twins, huh?
Yeah, that's what I figured. They're both the same, both seniors.
Both seniors.
But one is 15 pounds heavier than the other.
So 3rd down on the yard. I mean, I'm just assuming that. I have no idea if that's the case, but I'm guessing.
They are both seniors anyway.
So 3rd down and a yard here for Byron. Down to 2:50 to go, and everybody just kind of, I think, wanting this thing to be over at this point. There's a gain of 3 more by Polskill, and a first down for Byron. Now, Byron subbing in a few more people here, getting some of those starters off the field.
First and 10 on the 47-yard line of the Wildcats.
So 1st and 10 for Byron from the 47 of Wilmington. Handoff goes off the left side, still going, but only a gain of about 3 on that run.
Ian Polskill,
as Polskill on the carry, Jaron Allen on the stop. Wilmington starting to sub in a few guys too, as Shaw and Matt Sanchez, I believe that's Spangler, all exit to the far side.
A gain of 3 on the play makes it 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
Wilmington leaving a bunch of seniors out there to play a last down or 2 of football. Matter of fact, I think they even subbed in
Aiden Coffey, the ball carrier.
1 or 2 as that goes to
Coffee.
Coffee. I don't even see Coffee on this list.
Number 4.
Oh, he's way up there. Okay, Aiden Coffee on the carry. Bring up 3rd down and 5. Down to 1 minute to go, and really, Byron only needs to snap this one more time. As the Tigers left no doubt in this one.
Nope, they sure didn't.
3rd down and 5. Again, a very good season for Wilmington.
Oh,
They
yeah.
fought hard all year, got back to the quarterfinals. Again, a lot of teams would love to be here. Handoff comes off the near side, and that handoff goes to Featherston, who gets dropped for a loss of a yard. Kyle Humphreys on the stop for Wilmington, and that's going to do it. This clock will run out. Byron wins here in this quarterfinal matchup 32-0 over Wilmington, and again, not a whole lot of doubt in this one as the Tigers win it 32-0. Welcome into the postgame show brought to you by The Launching Pad in Wilmington. A big thank you to The Launching Pad for joining us here this year. Take a break. We'll come back with your postgame show. We'll have your final stats here. We'll also go over one more check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. And we'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats one more time, Mr. Jeff Raines. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Wilmington goes down to Byron 32-0 on the road. We'll take a break, be back with the postgame show brought to you by the Launching Pad in a few minutes here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer? No, thanks. I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking.
Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school and sports and clubs and so much stuff. I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink.
I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Byron Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and SAMHSA.
Byron wins it this afternoon, 32-0 over Wilmington. as Byron will move on to face what looks to be, well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Princeton was leading Paxton 21-6 a few moments ago. It's now 21-12. So Paxton getting back a little bit closer here. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the end of this broadcast as well. But Byron beats Wilmington 32-0. They'll go on into the semifinals. And let's go through your stats here. First off, for Byron rushing the football, Ben Carlson, 2 carries for -1 yards. Aiden Coffey, a carry for 2 yards. Josiah Featherston carried it 1 time for -1 yard. Dane Snodgrass, 2 carries for 14 yards. Ian Paulskill, 10 rushes for 40 yards. And then the 2 big weapons here, Isaac Stickler, 10 rushes for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the guy who pretty much did everything this afternoon, defensively, offensively, you name it, is Drake Snodgrass. 11 carries, 196 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Byron on the ground, 37 rushing attempts, 398 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Through the air, Ben Carlson was 1 of 3 for 73 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown pass to Drake Snodgrass, and 471 yards of total offense for Byron here this afternoon. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Keaton Hopwood, 11 carries for 22 yards. Jake Rodewald, 6 rushes for 40 yards. Trey Shaw, 11 carries for 15 yards here this afternoon. A.J. Myers, 2 carries for 7 yards. Wilmington on the ground. When was the last time you saw Wilmington held to less than 100 yards rushing? I mean, that's been a little while. 30 carries, 84 yards for Wilmington here this afternoon. Through the air, Keaton Hopwood was 3 of 10 for 16 yards and an interception. Matt Sanchez, 1 reception for 4 yards. Jake Rodewald, Trey Shaw, 1 reception for 7 yards. And A.J. Myers, 1 reception for 5 yards. 84 yards on the ground, 16 yards in the air, 100 yards of offense this afternoon for Wilmington. So Byron outgains the Wildcats 471-100.
That's taking a licking.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
And there are numerous things. I mean, of course, Wilmington needs to cut and run fast, and that wasn't going to happen on this field. The field definitely played into Byron's advantage, but both teams had to play on the same field. Yeah. And the Tigers just kind of made it happen everywhere, it seemed like.
Well, I was just going back on their year so far. The average, what the winning margin was. First game was 47, then they lost the 2-point game. 35, 38, 47, 55, 35, 21, 29, 41, 22, 28. This is normal.
Yeah.
They've done everybody that way.
Yeah, this team has been rolling all year. And the one game they lost was to Stillman Valley. And that was what, a 2-point game?
2-point, 18-16.
So let's take one more break here. Actually, we might end up taking a couple of breaks. We're waiting for Coach Rain. Some years there's a huge group of seniors. This year, not as big of a group as some years, but still a dozen or so out there. We'll let him get done with that and talk to a couple of reporters, and then we'll talk to him before we wrap things up, too. But we'll take one more break. We'll come back. We'll have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard. We'll do that here in just a couple of minutes. Byron defeats Wilmington today, 32-0. Back with a check of that scoreboard in a moment. This is the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous Dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Byron wins it 32-0 over Wilmington here in the quarterfinals, as Byron will advance on into the 3A semifinals, and I think they'll be on the road next week. I will say this, no matter if it's Princeton or Paxton, good luck with that.
You better believe it.
As this team is loaded and ready to go. So for speaking of which, one more check. By the way, a big thank you to Odekirk, Allred, and Associates for sponsoring things here on the scoreboard again this year. As one more check here of that particular scoreboard. I'm just kind of scrolling through a couple things, make sure we have this right. So 3A, Princeton just scored again. They lead Paxton 28-12 in the third quarter. So at the moment, it looks like Byron will get Princeton next week, who is the number 1 team here in 3A. Byron, of course, the number 2 seed. So those two teams would match up and the seeding would play out. Mater Dei, 18-14 lead on Quincy Notre Dame. That game also in the second quarter. And Williamsville, so far, no problems with Vandalia. They lead it 21-0. That game in the second quarter as well. In 4A in the second quarter, St. Francis out of Wheaton leads Coal City 7-6. We'll keep an eye on that. Murfreesboro up on Bishop McNamara 14-7, that game in the first quarter there in 4A. Effingham and Prairie Central tied at 14. Hey, and look at this. I just got that update. Coal City now leads Wheaton St. Francis 13-7. That game still in the second quarter. Going back to 2A, Newman Central Catholic having no problems with the number 1 seed Knoxville. This game's now in the fourth quarter, and Sterling Newman leads it 28-0. Over Knoxville.
Okay.
Also in 2A in the third quarter, Nashville leads the other number 1 seed, Pana 21-19. In 1A, the number 1 seed Anawan Wethersfield 14-13 over Morrison. That game in the third quarter. Number 2 seed and always powerful and just rolling usually, Lena Winslow. They lead Ackwen 52-14 in the fourth quarter. Central A&M 28-0. Over Arcola, that game at the half. Some other scores from around the state in 5A. Sycamore leads Boylan Catholic 16-7. That's at the half. Number 1, Prairie Ridge, this is now in 6A, leads Cary Grove 14-13. That game in the fourth quarter, so a close one there. Deerfield and Lake Forest tied at 14. That's at the half. Glenwood leads Providence 20-10. That game in the second quarter. In 7A, Chicago Mount Carmel leads Chicago Phillips 17-2. In the fourth quarter, Willowbrook leads Lake Zurich 14-10. Nazareth Academy leads Batavia 28-14. That game is in the third quarter as well. And now a final, Rolling Meadows defeated Wheaton Warrenville South 20-3. In 8A, Marist defeats Loyola. So the number 23 seed, Marist, in 8A is going to be in the semifinals. 42-27, the win over Loyola.
Wow.
Lincoln Way East, the 3 seed, leads Homewood Flossmoor 20-7. That game in the third quarter. So again, in 3A, Princeton leads Paxton 28-12 in the third. Mater Dei 18, Quincy Notre Dame 14. That game in the second. Williamsville leads Vandalia 21-0. That game also in the second. And then, of course, Byron defeats Wilmington today 32-0. They will take on the winner of Princeton and Paxton, which that game seems to be going Princeton's way at the moment. But we'll kind of see the rest of that. Again, Coal City just scored a few moments ago, 13-7. They lead Wheaton St. Francis. Of course, now everything pushed into the Coal City corner
Yes.
in hopes that they can make a run. Because anybody from the conference that's still rolling, you want to get behind and see what happens. So hopefully Coal City can make a deep run into those playoffs. And, of course, I mean, there are other local teams in there. Lincoln Way East still alive. Providence trailing by 10, but they're still kind of in the mix. Bishop McNamara down in Kankakee is also still in this, although they're losing at the moment. So there are plenty of teams still alive. Of course, Minooka just over there in 80, not very far away. Ended up somehow miraculously with the number 1 seed in 8A. I don't know how that happened, but they...
Lincoln Way East.
Yeah,
close by.
Minooka and Lincoln Way East. Now, they might match up, except that would be if both of those teams win out, they would play in the championship. Can you imagine that? Minooka and Lincoln Way East.
That would be cool.
In the final, that'd be worth going down there and watching, I do believe. But a lot of area teams having a great deal of success, so it'll be interesting to see kind of how all that plays out. Coach Reintz, by the way, on his way up here, he'll be up here momentarily, and we'll have our last interview of the year with Coach. But here today, I mean, Wilmington had an uphill battle against Byron to begin with. You throw in the conditions of the field, things kind of got a little sloppy early, and then all of a sudden Byron ends up with the win here. Is joined now on the post-game show by the head coach of the Wildcats, Jeff Reintz. And Coach, this was, you knew this was going to be tough anyway, coming up here with this big line, a physical team, and you combine that with some of the conditions and trying to figure out what to do with the field. And before long, a couple of touchdowns, and then you're really trying to figure it out. And the kids kept fighting all the way through the fourth quarter, just couldn't seem to quite get it going.
Yeah, no. We ran into a buzzsaw today with Byron. It didn't help that the field was muddy, this and that, but it was muddy for them too.
Sure.
And, I think what happened, I think we started to panic a little bit the first half. Kids tried to do other kids' jobs, and it just when it started snowballing, we couldn't stop it. But first things first, Byron's a good ball club. And, I hope I know Jeff real well. I know their staff really well. And, good luck to them. I hope they win the title. They got, it's evident that it shows today that they got majority of those kids back from last year's team that they got runner-up. And so they played like it today. And you know what, up front, where we have usually won the battle, they got some nice kids up there. I mean, the Ellsbury kid is what it is. He's a kid going to Iowa. When I first got here today and I see the muddy field, they were going to run behind 77 to begin with, but even when we had guys there, he was moving people, and so you take your hat off to him and wish them nothing but the best. But the tough day today is not losing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about it, but Monday I don't have practice with these seniors, and that's the biggest thing. And what a great season. I hope we represented the ice conference good. And a little lost for words right now because of what happened. But by the same token, I want to make sure that I give Byron the credit. They're a great ball club, and we just couldn't hold our own today.
Now, speaking of those kind of tough times of the year, that the last kind of go around here in that post game thing and saying some things to those seniors as they come through the lines. Some years that's a huge group, other years that's more of a tight knit group. Yeah, kind of like what you have this year. But I'm sure every year it becomes more and more difficult to say goodbye to that group of kids.
No, it really does. And if you would have took our kids when they were freshmen and said, hey, we're going to end up in the quarterfinals your senior year, I bet they probably would have said, I'll sign up for that. And, but it's tough. A tough day for saying goodbye to those kids, but also, I want to compliment our coaches. I want to compliment all of our kids. Thanks for our fans for showing up here today, 2-hour drive and all. But we got a quality group of kids there. And I can't say, most every year I can say that, say the same thing, but this year is really – really a testament to that. And I'll also say this, too, that I think a lot of our kids weren't happy the way last year ended when we ended up at Monmouth and didn't play great football right there. And they, they took it upon themselves to work hard in the weight room to get things done in the offseason. And we end up here in the quarterfinals. Are we happy that we lost today? No, not at all. And especially the way we lost here, 32-0. But, the relationships that you get with the kids, everybody's going to forget about wins and losses. I'm going to see these guys hopefully the rest of my life. And like I told them, I got your back. And I told them this too. I said, we're married the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. I said, when they talk about 2019 football team, like it or not, I'm your coach and you were my players. And so they all smiled at that. And boy, I just appreciate those relationships.
I think a lot of people kind of just – I don't want to say take for granted, but I think that's part of it. The fact that 24 years being in the playoffs is an amazing streak. It's a testament to you and your staff. But not only that, getting to the quarter. I mean, there's how many teams in the state would love to just get to the
right.
quarterfinals once?
Yeah, and I think we've been there 11.
Yeah.
At least, now we might have gone on to state or the semis, but and the good thing about that is we're not happy that we're getting to the quarters. Well, let's keep going here, But by the same token, you want to give credit too. It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig to win 10 games. It really is. Yeah. It's a tough deal, and especially in our conference and stuff. And so, we're going to take a deep breath tonight and think about. I'm sure I'll get ideas from coaches Monday morning. Okay, well here's what we can do and stuff. But for the next week or so, we'll be patting our seniors on the back and wishing them the best in their other sports that they play and whatever they do to move on. I just hope they learn some quality lessons, which I think they have to carry out with them the rest of their life. That's the biggest goal we're trying to do.
Well, Coach, I know this one was tough, but congratulations on a great season, making another playoff run and getting to the quarterfinals once again. And just what we'd like to say, thank you for being around this.
Yes,
for as long as we have,
yeah.
and just kind of being a witness to kids come through and seeing how you guys work with them. So
I appreciate that, and also I want to say thank you to you guys and you guys covering us. You guys do a great job, and I know a lot of people listen, and you guys travel and do everything, and thank you so much. I enjoy coming up here and talking with you guys. I enjoy seeing you after Catbackers. You guys are quality individuals, and we appreciate that you spread the news on Wildcat football, and that people who can't travel have a place to go. And so thank you very much for all your time and your effort. Like we said the other day, I thought we were just getting ready for Evergreen Park, and sure enough, it's 12 weeks later, and my guess is we'll blink a couple times and it'll be summer and we'll be, there'll be some talk going on. So, but again, thank you to everybody, and thank you for everybody's support. And looks like that's a wrap.
All right.
Thank
you,
guys.
Coach.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. So, Coach Jeff Reese joined us here on the postgame show one more time, brought to you by The Launching Pad. Big thank you to all of our sponsors once again this year across the board. It's been a fantastic year, and just thank you to everybody who's kind of stepped up and been a part of that. As Byron wins it tonight 32-0, and they will advance on into the semifinals next week, more than likely against Princeton, as to what it looks like. As big thank you to Byron as well for kind of making space for all of the different groups here, and specifically for us. So we appreciate that too.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate Coach and the way he handles his team and the way he's treated us. It's been a great year, and we appreciate Wilmington letting us join them for the year.
All right, well, that'll put a wrap in the 2019 season. I guess there is no 2020. That'll be next year.
That's right.
We're really getting ahead of ourselves. Byron wins at 32-0 over Wilmington. Thanks for joining us all year. Big thank you to our sponsors as well.